Doctors, Potterists! I hope you all enjoy the show. Yes, I do.
Hello everyone, welcome to Joe Consumes Cinema. I'm your host, Deduction, my dear Watson, and today we have a first-time movie reaction to the 2025 film Wake Up Dead Man, A Knives Out Mystery. So I'm a really big fan of this series. Ever since I was a little kid, I read Sherlock Holmes and, pretty much been obsessed with anything in that genre, the mystery, figuring things out, the puzzle, and yeah, it's always been very intriguing to me personally. So when these movies started coming out, it was right up my alley. Like I had wanted for a very long time something on screen like in the style of like a Sherlock Holmes. And the Sherlock Holmes movies for the most part aren't very good in my opinion. This is really good. The murder mystery and any of those type of stories where you actually solve a case always comes down to how good is the actual, mystery itself. The first Knives Out mystery was an excellent movie. Second one was okay. Like you kind of know very early on who did it, and it's pretty damn obvious, but still an enjoyable film. So I have like high expectations for three because I've been hearing a lot of hype about it. But yeah, Daniel Craig is always excellent in these. Loved him as Bond, Girl with the Dragon 2, bunch of other films. Excellent actor, and I'm really glad that he has this series where he gets to play a little bit more of an intellectual role, not so much a physical acting performance. But yeah, I'm really eager to get to this one. But before we begin, as always, remember to blank, blank, and blank. Still very much a small channel, so every like, comment, share, subscribe that we can get really helps out. Really appreciate it. Patreon link down below. With that, let's get right to it. Also, just a heads up, the glasses, this is from shoveling snow. These react to light. They should like return to normal in like a little bit.
Hard to know where to start. I guess to tell the story of the Good Friday murder through my eyes, I gotta start here. 9 months ago, when this asshole deacon said something way out of line.
I like him already.
You're a fighter, then?
No, Father, absolutely not. My previous life, yes, I was a boxer. I lived on the streets.
A priest is a shepherd. The world is a wolf.
No, you start fighting wolves, and before you know it, everyone you don't understand is a wolf. Christ came to heal the world, not fight it. I believe that. It's this, not this,
You're going to Our Lady of Perpetual Fortitude, led by Monsignor Jefferson Wicks. Have you heard of Jefferson Wicks? I think he's a few beads shy of a full rosary and a real son of a bitch.
Okay.
Good luck, kid.
Why do I get the feeling like he's being set up as a fall guy with this?
Daniel in the lion's den. David facing off Goliath. Hello, Judd Duplantis from Albany?
Lord be with you, Judd Duplantis from Albany.
That's Josh Brolin.
You here to take my church away from me?
Oh, no.
Good. Call me Monsignor Wicks. I see you've met Martha.
Martha? No?
Monsignor Wicks.
Ugh.
I woke up early to polish the silver. Father Judd, you are welcome here.
Thank you, Martha.
Langstrom. I know him well. He handpicked you, sent you here. That says something to me.
Nothing good, it sounds like.
Take my confession. Envy my grandfather's power as a priest. I wanted that. I've masturbated. 30 times masturbated. This week in my bed, in the morning once. Oh, once in the middle of the night after a dream about...
That's all right.
About one of those Japanese cat cafes.
Okay.
Okay.
This was Wicks's first punch.
Thank you, Father.
He used to drink too. But he said to me once, if I can stave off that demon, you can. I credit him and my sweet Martha. I'd do anything for her. My angel on earth.
Martha does it all. She keeps the books, manages donations, files everything.
File that.
She launders the vestments, stocks the supplies, feeds Wicks. She knew where the bodies were buried. So this is the crypt.
It's Lazarus door. Takes construction equipment to open from the outside. Cantilevered as such that one push sent it tumbling to the ground from inside.
Who's in there then?
Prentice.
Wicks's grandfather.
These kids painting rocket ships all over his sacred resting place.
Borrow some of Sam's tools, make a proper one.
We leave that. A reminder, the shameful sin of the harlot whore.
What?
That was Wicks's mother.
Okay, so what's the deal with that?
She was a harlot and a whore.
Okay.
Widowed. with a daughter. Grace was soon pregnant by a drifter. Prentice had a vast family fortune in the bank. The fortune would be willed to her. The whore waited for her father to die.
Wealth, and the power that comes with it, is Eve's apple. We must protect our loved ones from its corrupting influence.
I saw Prentice take his final communion and die. Give me my money, she said. In his accounts, not one hot dime.
What did he do with the fortune?
No one knows. It was gone. Your inheritance is now Christ.
The evil apple.
In a demonic rage, she defiled.
Obviously, we're getting one version of this story where, you know, this character is painted as a villain. I kind of don't buy it at all. I think a lot more is going on. That was cool. Also, I always love just seeing the church get fucking wiped out like that. It's awesome.
God, your father, will forgive you.
I don't think that's what she said.
She died. Struck down, I say, by God.
This character is evil, 100%.
So what would draw someone to make this their spiritual home? The core group of regulars all had their reasons. These will be our suspects. Vera Draven, local attorney. She was loyal.
My dad was Wicks's attorney and drinking buddy.
Her adopted son, Cy, just moved back home after trying and failing to get a foothold in politics. Her dad came home with 10-year-old Cy out of the blue and told Vera she was gonna raise him. No questions asked. The whole town knew he was obviously her illegitimate brother.
Socialism, BLM, CRT, the CDC, DEI. People are just numb these days. I don't know why.
Maybe we need to get back to fundamentals.
Basics like show them something they hate and then make them afraid it's going to take away something they love.
Nat Sharp, the town's local doctor.
Jeremy Renner.
He would do anything to get her back. Closest thing we have to a local celebrity, the sci-fi writer Lee Ross.
Unplug my brain, you know, from the liberal hive mind. And
his book sales and popular standing have been in slow decline ever since. Simone was new to town and new to the church. She'd been a world-class cellist, forced to retire 5 years ago for health reasons.
I believed they could heal me. Suckered. Faith in God to heal me. This is different.
the spirit really moved him today, huh?
Every week, he would pick someone out, a newcomer usually, and he would attack.
Might as well beat that child. Yes, might as well starve that child. Defy the family that the Lord intended.
This is not the true church. Why does he do this? Because when that person walks out, everyone watches. A side is taken. Wicks's side. So I tried to offer a counterbalance. Okay, welcome to our first Father Judd prayer group.
Monsignor Wicks isn't coming.
It's more like a cult of personality than, you know, an actual church.
He says, what the holy heck?
Oh.
I'm sorry. I thought this was an official church function.
Yeah, this dynamic is really fucked up.
Sorry, your little coup failed this afternoon, Father.
My coup? Could you walk into that church of your own free will and confess your deepest sin to Wicks, Martha, without fear?
I think Martha is a murderer. His reaction.
I betrayed a fellow priest's privacy. I learned you had a radical prostatectomy 5 years ago, making you physically incapable of an erection. I can handle whatever this is. Seen the way you tend this flock, and I don't like it. Nat Sharp. Man needs to forgive and start living his life. The only story he tells is, the world is out to get me. He was brilliant, funny, and smart, spinning out and angry all the time, paranoid. I've seen the donation numbers. I know how much he's giving now. Cy Draven. Doesn't this new YouTube stuff he's doing worry you? He's co-opting and honestly, I think misrepresenting the church in a dangerous way. Intentionally keeping them angry and afraid.
Oh, shit.
I'm the world, You're the church. Stay there. Stay there. Anger lets us fight back, take back the ground we've lost. The world wants to destroy us. Your version of love and forgiveness is a sop.
You're poisoning this church. And I'll do whatever it takes to save it. To cut you out like a cancer.
He's about to get killed, isn't he? The pastor gets killed. Everyone is a suspect.
Father, judge, prayer meeting. I have kept this church. I have fortified it with the truth of God, and now the betrayal? Get out!
Yeah, pretty toasty. The world's a wolf.
Hey, are you good to drive?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
On his bicycle. He took the wolf's head, too.
He would duck into the small storage closet just to the side of the sanctuary so he'd be out of sight. He'd fortify himself, and I would continue the service until he felt strong enough to rejoin of the world.
Was he poisoned? I heard like a cup falling, too, when he fell. I gotta go with Martha.
Wait, don't touch it. Don't touch anything.
Oh no.
Oh, shit.
Wicks was pronounced dead on the scene.
Christ.
Mila Kunis.
You're the only one on stage with the Monsignor at the time of his killing. And you had prior possession of the wolf head figurine attached to the murder weapon. You're the only one at that church who hated his guts.
I don't hate any guts.
But it's literally impossible for anyone.
And I'll do whatever it takes to save it.
Oh, shit.
I was happy the old man was dead.
You should be, honestly.
Help me.
Hello?
There's your help.
You all right?
Yeah, Hard to be in here and not feel his presence.
Whose? Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah.
You're not a Catholic.
No, very much not. Proud heretic. I kneel at the altar of the rational.
There you go, my man.
Well, the architecture, that interests me. I feel the grandeur, the mystery, intended emotional effect. And it's like someone has shouting a story at me that I do not believe. It's built upon the empty promise of a child's fairy tale filled with malevolence and misogyny and homophobia. I want to pick it apart and pop its perfidious bubble of belief.
I like it.
Is he?
He didn't want him to know he was a detective.
Everyone thinks I did it. I didn't do it.
Your lips are cracked with dehydration. You haven't slept all night. What I see is not a guilty man in torment. Innocent man tormented by guilt.
Yeah.
This was dressed as a miracle. It's just a murder. And I solve murders.
Damn right.
I want you to get a clear clinical picture of what happened here. Yes, a wiggly wiggly.
I can't be in here. I don't know why you brought me.
Hey! You want ever to be a priest again, then you need to go through this with me. The real killer is out there. We've got to find him, nail him. I'm sorry, I mean...
Oh my God.
Tell you something. I don't even like the devil. But you know, it wasn't red though. It's red now. It's paint. It's not cool.
The red devil head thing, that ended up where?
I threw it at the church and it broke a window.
What the hell is he doing?
Do you see that?
What?
Yeah. Dr. Nat?
He was hiding out.
Ah, there it is. Here's what you did it with. Huh? Cut him out like a cancer? You son of a bitch.
A textbook example of a perfectly impossible crime.
Well, I'm incapable of not solving a crime. That moment of checkmate. Well, you'll see. It's fun.
Great.
It is.
John Dixon Carr's the Hollow Man.
primer on the locked door mystery, the impossible crime.
This is practically a syllabus for how to commit this crime. Who chose these books?
Oprah. Martha pulls the theme list from Oprah's site.
Well, this confirms my theory. Imitated the traditional methods of a locked door mystery story. Wicks was stabbed before entering the closet. Any device behind him capable of propelling a dagger into his back would have been hidden from the camera and the witnesses in the nave.
No, I didn't see a knife-shooting robot behind him.
No. Possibility one, next.
Something shot the knife into the closet from out here? Nope, that's not.
Impossible on several fronts. Possibility two, next. He was killed while inside the closet by a device.
Wicks fell on his stomach. I remember that clangy thud.
Jeremy Renner? He came in to check the body, you know. Maybe he was poisoned with something that made him, you know, get fatigued and, you know, eventually go in there and pass out, thinking, oh, I'm just tired. Then Jeremy Renner's character came over with the actual knife and, you know, stuck it in his back.
Nothing else was found on the floor of this space, yes?
Nope.
Wait, what? The red thread.
2 strings of thick red thread, about 3 inches long, found there.
What's possibility 4?
Throw them out!
Martha?
Throw them out! False priest!
Sorry. Can I use your bag?
It is consistent with a strong burst of RF interference that you might get from a souped-up remote control.
This is it, right? This triggered the knife robot.
The RF burst happened. He was already on the ground with the knife in his back. Father Judd was staring right at him.
You said if you had all the pieces, you would have an answer.
This crime still truly appears impossible.
What the hell would the radio frequency burst be used for? If it's not some, you know, device that's triggering a knife, like, why would they incorporate that? Is it just like a red herring?
I don't understand. I don't get how this will help. You want me to write the story?
Yes, the story. The Reverend Wicks's murder.
Monsignor Wicks.
Monsignor Jalapeno.
I'm not a writer.
Take your time. Oh.
So I thought the movie started with, you know, the priest writing to him to solve the case, but instead it's literally just part of his process.
Why'd you do it?
When I joined the others outside, the police were just arriving.
So you stayed inside. Why protect him?
I didn't do it to protect Wicks.
Surely everyone knew. I mean, it would have been on his breath after every mass.
Okay.
Sam, the one good person in this whole place, getting sober saved his life. Wicks?
Because that might be the murder weapon right there.
But I knew he'd been stabbed. So this had nothing to do with it.
And in protecting their bubble of belief, you have shielded a killer. Where is that flask?
And now it's missing. Yeah, because he was drugged.
Someone broke into my room.
The killer.
As our Lord was, I am betrayed by Judas.
You will rise again. You will rise.
What the hell?
It's a miracle.
I can walk, Martha. Just hurts. Wicks was a con man. Miracles and supernatural power of God bullshit.
What was that meeting actually about?
I'll tell you.
Shy. Hey, wait, hold on there, buddy. Hey.
No. I recorded the whole thing. Just hit play.
Monsignor Jefferson Wicks, my client, filed an AOP.
Acknowledgement of parentage. Biological father of Cyrus Draven.
There it is.
I honored and raised your son. You're all standing by your man. Eat his shit with a spoon and come back for second.
But we're fighting an existential war here, where the end justifies the means.
What is truth? Right, with various sources. We don't know that. We don't. What exists? Does any of this exist?
What the fuck?
We're with you, Monsignor Wicks. And literally nothing that you say or do is going to change that.
It's a cult.
I will give my final service a week from today on Easter Sunday. I will close the doors of this sad little church for good, but not before I have destroyed each and every one of you.
Okay.
Go drunk, treating patients, children while drunk. Book you've been writing. It's bootlicking idiocy. And Vera, you are your father's nightmare. He would be so ashamed.
The fuck?
All of my savings.
You cannot buy God's healing. You will die in pain in the prison of that chair.
Why'd he torch them all? Why would he do that?
Because I told him to. He unburdened himself.
I hate this place. This sad flock of losers. I want to get out. Finally. I can.
His grandfather's family fortune lost all these years. He told me he found it.
It's gone without a trace.
He told me he found it. Give me 4 years. You could be president.
What a nightmare scenario. I'm glad he died.
A Swiss bank account.
Uh-huh. And so all you need to do is find that account number.
Kept saying Eve's apple would be restored to the tree. That was a thing. You think of anything related to Eve's apple.
The evil apple.
It might be.
Would pre-order burial equipment for a man who isn't dead.
It's gonna be Monsieur Wicks, isn't it?
Don't follow me, Blanc. I'm done.
And why exactly?
I've had a road to Damascus thing.
You felt guilt. We're taken alive, a place to hide, and a clear method to give you a sense of absolution.
I killed him with hate in my heart. There's no hiding from that. There's no solving it.
He's the groundskeeper.
Father Judd.
He's not here.
Come. Possible solutions of a locked door crime.
Mm.
Yeah, you covered 3 of them. Then you stopped. From the moment Judd enters the closet until the first of the flock has a line of sight into that closet. 9 seconds alone and unseen. Plenty of time to do the deed with a concealed knife. You knew all along, and you toyed with that poor kid like a cat with a mouse.
I don't have the whole picture just yet.
I found my killer, and I'm bringing him in.
I don't think it was the father. Jeremy Renner had that same opportunity. He was poisoned. Whatever was in the flask, not alcohol, made him feel sick. He retreats into that little hovel. That's what it is. He thinks, oh, I'm getting fatigued because I'm, giving this stupid-ass speech. Then he passes out, and then boom, in goes the knife. No way. Okay. With the knife in his hand. That scene should have come with an epilepsy warning. That isn't the same.
Who's there? Wait!
Oh shit.
Praise and glory to the Almighty! Praise Him! Praise God!
What am I looking at here? 4 seconds later.
It's coming right in. He's gonna get him the fuck out of here.
Turn myself. Right now, how do I get to Dr. Nat's house?
Oh, God. What's that smell?
Oh, practical effects. Another body. Yeah, there's the ring.
Dr. Nat. In the flesh. What's left of it?
Oh, God. It's a sedative or tranquilizer. That's why he passed out when he went in that little hovel.
Continue it, please continue. You said last night, but no, let
You said in a moment of fear and rage.
I was about to do it. If you could just be quiet.
Shall not silence the voice of the Lord! And behold the wickedness and shame of the guilty laid bare before you all! When Monsignor Wicks collapsed in that closet space, he wasn't dead. He wasn't even stabbed, not yet. The flask he kept stashed in the breaker box, sparked with a very powerful tranquilizer, giving the killer their chance to enter the closet and deliver the deadly blow.
I said that already. Father Judd.
No.
Nope.
The Red Devil head. Blood. There was a second identical lamp. a second identical devil head.
And it's missing.
It wasn't red, though. It's red now.
The same red as the Good Friday vestments. The devil head was there all the time, sewn to the back of his vestment. Small squib of blood. Triggered by an RF remote.
There it goes.
A voice of authority, who can wait for the discovery he needs before taking charge. A moment of distraction presents itself, and the deed is quickly done. Remove the incriminating drug-laced flask. But where was it?
Okay, so if Dr. Nat killed Wicks, who killed Nat?
Well, now we get to it. Now a symbol of the Lord's power over death.
Martha.
It's time to break this tawdry facade of miracles and resurrection. Final checkmate over the mysteries of faith.
Damascus.
Damascus.
I cannot solve this case.
I don't believe him.
It was a miracle.
I'm saying I cannot solve this case.
That works. Thank you.
He's setting something up. I just don't know what the hell it is just yet. He has it solved. 100%. There's 30 minutes left in the film. Come on.
What we've witnessed is a miracle confirmed by Benoit Blanc himself.
I still think it's Martha. She's fucking crazy.
What the hell was that?
Grace for my enemy. For the guilty.
You know the truth.
I do.
And you made yourself the fool just now.
This is Eve's apple, Martha. My entire cursed fortune.
He literally choked to death on the goddamn thing?
I swore that I would protect this great secret.
Something facet cut, worth a fortune. She was looking for the hidden jewel.
I know where he hid it, and you'll never find it, you harlot whore.
Where is it? Where is it, you little shit?
Her confession. That's what happened.
I challenge you to confess it.
I confessed.
That makes a lot more sense.
He had ordered the equipment to open the crypt, steal the diamond for his own greed. He will rise again. It will be okay.
He said he'd do anything for her, so it makes sense.
Dr. Nat would drive off with Wick's body in his truck. Samson would tell the tale of the risen saint. All that stood in his way was Samson and I. He took it. Poisoned my coffee with a lethal dose of pentobarbital.
Yeah, she switched the cups. Okay, that's why his place is all fucked up. That's cool. She committed suicide.
What's happening?
I knew when I saw her lips.
This is some forgive your enemy nonsense.
God damn it! I know you both know. This is your last chance or we're gonna drag your asses into court.
Mr. Wicks, control yourself.
She gave it to them and they're hiding it, I know.
We've allowed your representatives to search the church and rectory thoroughly. They found nothing.
If they literally just took that rock and threw it into the fucking ocean, that's evil. Use it to help people. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, see, that I don't like at all. Okay, I took some time just to gather my thoughts, so that was Wake Up Dead Man, Knives Out Mystery. Excellent film, but, parts of it annoyed me, and it is, the religious element of it that, pisses me off. So right off the bat, Daniel Craig, great as always. Josh Brolin's character was good. Liked Glenn Close's performance. Jeremy Renner, bunch of other, famous names too. Everybody did a good job in, the main ensemble cast. So film starts out with, our main suspect, who's obviously innocent, writing a letter. And it's kind of set up in a way where you think he's writing a letter to Blanc, asking for his help. Explaining the finer details of, all the potential suspects. But we learn throughout the course of the movie that what's actually happening is that is a device that Blanc is using, telling him to write the events leading up to the actual murder so he can make sense of them. At the time, Blanc suspected that, I am talking to my killer right here. Trap him in such a way that, he can't wiggle his way out of. I understand why Blanc initially thought, he was the guy, because as he described it, it's a classic closed room murder mystery, where the crime on the surface looks impossible, and, he goes through the potential scenarios of what had happened, purposely leaves out the fourth one, because it points to Preacher Judd as the main suspect and likely culprit and killer. I did pick up on, the finer details throughout the film. Knew something was off with Martha from the get-go, but, I'm always super untrustworthy of, like, hyper-religious people like that. So, yeah, I thought right away, like, that's somebody I should really keep an eye on. When the actual murder took place, I took note of the fact that Jeremy Reiner's character, the doctor, had the opportunity because he actually went next to the body. Like, he could have stuck the knife in. When his body collapsed, I heard, like, what sounded like a cup dropping, so I thought, like, okay, did he drink something and was poisoned? And then, somebody comes in later after the fact, plants the knife in them, and then they think it's that actually killed them. The whole backstory with, Monsieur Wicks and his mother, who they treated like shit, and, justification for keeping the family inheritance from her. Not really a big fan of all of that, and I don't like, the way the film ended. There's this literally, like, priceless gem that could be used for real good, and instead it's just an ornament in the stupid church. I was a bit miffed at the end how, they do reveal what happened with Martha. Still so many people are allowed to believe because Blanc gave them that, victory moment, which they're just going to replay on the internet over and over and over again and leave out, the confession and all that stuff that proves that, hey, this is just a stupid ruse. So in that aspect of it, the film is really annoying in that it allows people who are horrible and don't deserve, any credit or consideration really to have their little stupid story and fairy tale. And initially, Blanc is very much in my line of thinking where he says, hey, this is all nonsense, but he gives them an out. And that's probably the most annoying part of the film is he gives these people who committed a crime, an out. And of course, the true believers, the nutsos, they're just going to, push this whole confession thing to the side and, focus on the fucking lie and just take it and run with it. So in that sense, it is a bit disappointing. That's just a personal thing. This happens every time I watch religious films. This church was horrible. It was like an anti-church. Monsieur Wicks was, a horrible character, but everything he did to his flock, just made them worse. And even Martha was affected by it, and she foolishly thought that she could use this betrayal by him in order to bring some, like, good into the world. And it's just this twisted, like, convoluted way of, like, morality, and I just did not enjoy that part of the film at all. But that's the personal hang-up with me. This happens in all the religious films I watch. This happened when I watched Conclave, and I remember arguing with an idiot in the comments, trying to defend the Catholic Church, and I'm just like, I'm not having this nonsense. This film ends with our good guy Catholic priest, Preacher Judd, opening up his church and, trying to walk a more traditional path, definitely not in the line of, Monsieur Wicks. But at the same time, there's that priceless artifact that he's got behind him every time he preaches his sermon. And rather than use it for good, it's just going to remain up there, in perpetuity. I get the fact that they're hiding it from, that douchebag who's just going to use it for his own nefarious ends, but I would still, find a way of selling it and, just give it away to charity at that point. Like, honestly, do that instead. But yeah, I'm trying not to focus, too much on, like, the hyper-religious element in the film. It's a big part of the film, but, the actual mystery part of it and the detective work is all good. Like, that's all great. It's just the hyper-religious element of the film that always annoys me. And unfortunately, it's always going to happen whenever I watch one of these types of films. Because I can't tolerate that shit. It just pisses me off to no end. But yeah, this is just always my classic, atheist hang-up. And I actually did really enjoy the film. Like, I know I'm ranting about the religious bullshit in the film. But honestly, murder mystery, good detective work, all that's excellent, and it's definitely worth a watch. Now, do I rank it as highly as I rank the others? I think number 1 is still the best so far. Number 2, a little bit too easy to solve. I mean, you flat out, I haven't met anybody that watched that film that didn't realize, hey, it's, the Elon Musk douchebag clone. This film wasn't super hard to solve. I did pick up on the fact that, something was off with Martha, and also Jeremy Reiner, being the one closest to the body, so he has perfect opportunity to put the knife in. But I do love the Knives Out series. This film is kind of like middle of the pack, better than 2, not as good as 1, but still definitely watchable. I'm glad I actually sat down and watched it. It is a good film. But yeah, I can't really think of anything else to say, so as always, thanks for watching, and peace.